Hello, my name is Charles Long. I'm a gastric bypass patient. I started off at my heaviest at 485 pounds. And after gastric bypass Roux-en-Y surgery with Dr. Boyce, I now weigh 185 pounds. I decided to have the surgery because my life was changing in such a way. I'd gotten up to 485 pounds and I began to have a lot of comorbidities. My blood pressure had gone up very high. I was on 2 different types of blood pressure medicine twice a day. Cholesterol was very high, sleep apnea. So I was taking a lot of different pills. I had severe acid reflux. So I decided it was time to do something about it when I walked into my family physician's office one day, and we were going through it, and he said, "Charles, you're really getting heavy. I'm really getting scared." He goes, "And I'm afraid you're not going to see your 40th birthday." And that was a big hit for me because at the time I was 32 years old. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm not going to be alive in 8 years from now if I don't change something. So that was probably the biggest change in my life, was sitting there and realizing, hey, I've got to do something or I'm going to die. I've researched a lot of different doctors. Nobody made me feel like I was part of their family like Dr. Boyce and his staff. His bedside manner at the hospital was unmatched. I mean, he let you know that he cared about you. You were not just another name in his patient book. He wanted to know how Charles was doing, not patient A. I recommend him because I think he's a doctor who cares about the person. I never knew that living could be so much fun, because when you're heavy, you don't like to go to restaurants because you can't fit in booths. You don't like to shop for clothes because you can't wear them. For the first time in my 35 years, I can walk in to an Old Navy store and buy some clothes off the rack, or I can go into JCPenney and buy something. I've never been able to do that, ever. So those things that we take for granted, or not having kids stare at you and laugh or giggle, you know, and it's a whole new era of living that comes from it. So I owe my family doctor and Dr. Boyce and his staff really my life. They've changed everything about me.